Good evening, Wyoming. We begin tonight in Fremont County, where investigators say multiple snowmobiles were stolen from a car repair shop in Lander.
According to Lander police, between the Friday evening and Sunday morning, a 2007 black Jeep Rubicon and a 1999 white Hallmark enclosed trailer were also stolen, and police believe multiple individuals were involved.
As of for the past year, this is probably one of the larger burglaries that we've had to deal with in regards to monetary value loss. We originally estimated this burglary to be in between $60,000 to $80,000. What you have is the main ticket items that we have right now, but then we've got several tools and other work-related items that were also stolen.
And if you have any information on those stolen vehicles, you're encouraged to contact the Lander Police Station at 307-332-3401.
And back here in Natrona County, the Casper police were dispatched over the weekend to a Motel 6 that was believed to have suspects dealing methamphetamine. According to authorities, Wesley Brown answered the door and stated no one was in the room. Police heard movement in the bathroom and identified Grace Coleman and Jaredin Bilberry. During the interviews with the suspects, officers saw methamphetamine in bags as well. More methamphetamine was found in a backpack, and all three were arrested on possession charges. And the Casper Police Department arrested multiple people involved in a prostitution ring after an undercover investigation by officers. According to authorities, undercover officers contacted a pair of sisters and arrested them. Officers made contact with the Page sisters at a hotel room where the arrests were made. Cody Sanderson and Hunter Brackett were also arrested for escorting the prostitutes. All four were charged with conspiracy to commit prostitution. And the Casper Police Department arrested two men who were found to have possession of methamphetamine and providing a fake name. According to authorities, the man was pulled over and found with a license and a needle with methamphetamine inside. When Shakespeare was booked, he admitted to using his brother's name, Gregory. Officers were unable to distinguish the two identifications, arresting the men and naming him John Doe.
And the Laramie County Sheriff's Department is reminding residents that they are holding their annual drug take-back event this weekend. The Sheriff's Department will be at the Safeway on South Greeley and Laramie County Fire District 2 on North College Drive this Saturday between 10 and 2, collecting old and unused drugs. The office says this program is helpful to the community as it has collected hundreds of pounds of unwanted prescription drugs since the program's inception around 10 years ago. But they are telling residents there are some drugs they will not be taking.
We don't take any chemotherapy drugs, any sharps, any oxygen containers, obviously any illegal drugs that might get them in trouble, anything of that sort that would potentially injure somebody when they're in handling those medications.
And staying in Cheyenne, shots were fired in the 1500 block of Willow Drive, according to Capital City Police, late last night. They now need the public's help figuring out what happened. Cops say around 9:30 Sunday night, confrontation broke out in a Cheyenne neighborhood. The argument quickly escalated, according to officials, who claim a group of people fired at a man getting into his car, which then provoked the man to fire back.
Began a verbal confrontation, which quickly escalated into a physical confrontation. In the course of that, somebody in the group allegedly pulled out a gun and began firing at this person, who then retrieved a gun and returned fire. Fortunately, nobody was hit. There were no injuries reported from this incident, but the group of people ran off before officers arrived.
And Cheyenne city planners are now considering permanently closing two streets adjacent to the Wyoming State Capitol to create a pedestrian mall. City and state officials are discussing whether to close 2 blocks of 24th Street immediately south of the Capitol and 2 blocks of Capitol Avenue. The result would be a pedestrian-only area of about 6 square blocks encompassing the Capitol, the Wyoming Supreme Court, and other state buildings. Cheyenne Mayor Marion Orr believes the mall could improve visitor access to these state buildings.
And the Wyoming Secretary of State's office announced the number of people who changed their party affiliation in the weeks before or on the day of those primary elections back in August. Wyoming law allows people to change their party registration on Election Day. something defeated gubernatorial candidate Foster Friess claimed he wanted changed. As he pointed out in a leaked email to the state's GOP, he said it was a way that Democrats were able to sway the votes in Mark Gordon's favor. But following the election, new numbers breaking down those people who actually switched over. From July 6th through September 20th, nearly 13,000 voters in Wyoming changed their party affiliation. This is the breakdown of those numbers on who switched from the two various parties or third parties on the ballot. And Gobble Gobble Give is underway, and this year emergency services across the Natrona County have joined in. First responders across Natrona County are battling hunger with boxes and jars at the fire and police stations. You can swing by the departments to drop off food or quarters, and if you happen to be downtown for November's Art Walk, Natrona County Sheriff's cadets will be out with their baby gobbler jars to raise money as well.
Especially with our history that we've raised around here and stuff like that, and added out a little bit more food drop areas around that you guys have added this year. So I think it would be easy to make 100,000.
There's a lot of needy people out there that need the help, and when the sheriff's office and the cadets and can team up together and with everybody else and help them out, and it's gonna be great, and we're gonna try to do the best we can.
Let's support that confidence. Let's support them and what they want to do, and it's such a positive action into our community.